Hi folks, it's Dr. Christine Sauer again. Welcome to Feel Good Fat Loss, your weight loss program and education around the 5 dimensions of health and weight loss. So today we are talking about pillar number 3 of lasting brain-driven weight loss, which is the exercise solution. And I call that movement, and not any movement, but intentional, intuitive movement. So, like always, I prepared a little presentation on what that means. Let me start to share the screen. Let me find the right window if I can. Let me see. There it is. Share. Aha, now you can see what I see. And we are talking about the pillar number 3 or key number 3 to lasting brain-driven weight loss, the exercise solution movement. And IIM stands for intentional intuitive movement. And here again are the pictures that always remind me how I started out at 315 pounds in 2006 on the left, and how I felt so much lighter, more confident, and happier uh, at 150 pounds less, which I maintained most of it until now. So I'm teaching you how to do it like I do with my clients. And later on, there will be more to share. And of course, I have a weight loss program. If you want to achieve the same things, there will be a link where to go and to do that. Now, the 4 pillars of lasting brain-driven weight loss that I constantly keep talking about are mindset. The video you can find in the guides on my YouTube channel. Eating, the video about that is also in the guides on my YouTube channel. Movement, we are talking about that today. And support, which we'll talk about next week. Now, what does that mean? What does intentional intuitive movement mean? Now, we all think we know what exercise means. It's something where you sweat, where you go to the gym for, where you exert yourself. And most of us don't particularly like it, at least of those of us that are overweight like I was. I hated exercise. I hated the gym, and I didn't want to go. So there's other ways. You don't even need to go to the gym, and there's actually easy ways to activate your metabolism and burn fat even when you sleep by intentional intuitive movement. Now let me tell you how to do it. And there's the 5 points that I'm talking about today to move like a thin person, add intention to everyday moves, and feel your muscles while you move, activate your muscles consistently, and change movement patterns to protect joints and bones. Now, let me break that down a little bit, what that means, and I will teach more about each of these points in later videos. So make sure you go to my YouTube channel, the best place to start, and subscribe and follow me. Now, number 1, move like a thin person. So what does that mean? Take every opportunity to move. Now, that is not necessarily to take the stairs instead of the escalator if you can't do it because you're still so overweight that you don't have the energy yet. But there's other opportunities. And watch yourself. When you're sitting on the Chesterfield, how do you get up? Do you use the armrests of your chair to push yourself up, or do you use the muscles on your legs? When there's a few steps and you have the choice, do you use the steps, or do you go around and use a little elevator or whatever's there to help you? So forgo modern convenience wherever possible and meaningful. And there's many opportunities to move in every day. Watch yourself. What are you doing right now? Are you sitting down? Are you standing somewhere? Never ever stand still, sit still. Always do something. And even if you're sitting or flying in a plane, there's always room to move your legs, stretch the arms, and actually activate them. And I'll show you more about it in later videos. You can observe other people move and learn from them. Now, I love to go to the gym by now because I learned to love the gym. I wrote a cool blog post about how to do that, even if you hate it. So you observe other people to move and learn from them. You watch them. Do they really engage the muscles? Are they intentional about what they're doing, or are they just mindlessly running on the treadmill and stomping the ground and hurting themselves more than helping themselves? Because that's the best recipe to get hurt when you exercise. To do it in a mindlessly manner, just to think you burn calories. Now, the next step is to add intention, and you can do that to everyday moves. Now, when you empty the dishwasher or wash the dishes, what do you think about? Do you focus on the sensual experience of doing it and how your muscles feel and activate them on top of it? Or are you just washing the dishes thinking about anything else? Uh, and think about why you move the way you do currently. Why do you just sit on the Chesterfield and don't move? Or why do you go to the kitchen? What's the purpose? You want to eat something maybe, but how about you go to the kitchen with the intention of during that little walk to activate your muscle and burn some fat? Hmm. And watch yourself move. Everybody has nowadays a cell phone. Tape yourself. Lean it against something and tape yourself and see how you move. And then you can consider ways for improvement. Are you straight? Are your arms hanging to the sides? Are you loose? Are you bending your knees? Are you flop flop and hurting yourself and your back? How do you lift things from the floor? Do you bend down and then use your back to lift it up, which hurts the back, or are you using your legs? Now, the prerequisite, if you want to use your leg, is to train them. And most of us have to start by learning to walk again and to train the legs because we are no longer used to using them enough. And that leads to the next point, to feel your muscles while you move. And what I mean is it's important to feel where in your body muscles contract and relax. And it's always the opposite muscles. One contracts, the opposite relaxes. It's a synergy. We need both. And that applies to the spine as well. Or when one muscle constantly only contracts, for example, if you're sitting statically on a chair, not moving, you get what we call cramps or charley horses. The muscles overcontract and you get the knots. And those can be very painful. So you can avoid that pain and hurting yourself by consciously and intentionally and with the intuition moving. Now, it's important to learn about the muscle groups and actually learn what they are helping you to do. Most of us have no idea where the muscles are. No, the big groups, you don't need every single one of them. But the big muscle groups, what do they do? What are they helping you to do? Where are they? What happens really when you lift your arm or you lift a can of tomato juice, for example? And we'll talk about that later because it's so important to really pay attention to what you're doing every moment. If you want to burn more muscles, build your muscles, burn more fat, build your muscle, activate your muscle, and in the end, increase your metabolism so you lose weight even if you're asleep. Also, it's important when you feel your muscles, you increase your body awareness. You learn to scan your body, your muscles, joints, and bones, and that way you can intuitively feel if you're doing a movement or lifting a weight that is not helpful for you, that's too heavy or in the wrong angle, because it will give you a little signal, a little hurt that tells you, oops, something is not right here. And that's what I mean by intuitive movement. It will protect your muscles, joints, and bones and ligaments if you do it right. Now, the other thing is, if you want to burn fat and even when you sleep, you need to activate your muscles consistently, which leads to muscle growth. Now, you don't have to go to the gym and lift heavy weights, which can lead to injury if you do it the wrong way. But it's important to first set the intention to activate your muscles more. And that can be very tiny intention, and you notice it. You can actually intentional contract certain muscles. It's called isometric contractions. That can be very powerful to strengthen your muscles if you have been a couch potato. Now, this is not directed to high exercise sports people, but they don't usually are that much overweight. And it's also important to consciously activate the muscles involved in the movement. So when you, for example, open a can of, say, Kraft dinner, which you shouldn't eat, but whatever, you open a can of food, say food, and you actually activate the muscles extra that you use. You don't just use the minimum effort, you maximize the effort, which will actually increase muscle mass, protect the joints and tendons, and over time increase the muscle massing. Increasing the muscle mass on your body will lead to an increase in your metabolism, which will lead to an increased baseline of metabolic rate, and that's how you lose weight even when you sleep. If your metabolic base rate is higher, you're no longer cold all the time, you have more energy, your mind is clearer, you're more focused, you have more zest for life, and you lose weight. Now, then on the other hand, it's important to be playful and try different techniques to activate different muscle groups. Now, for many of us, we like to dance. Come on, put the music on, move in with music. It doesn't have to be a real fancy dance. Just move, but while you move, don't just do it mindlessly. Feel the music in your bones, in your body, in the muscles, in your ligaments. It's a very different way of moving when you do it that way. Now, the last point is to change your movement patterns if needed. Many of us have a tendency to get back pain, neck pain, a joint pain, and that's usually a problem that we use or activate the wrong muscle groups and patterns. So to protect our bones, joints, tendons, and muscles, it helps to see how we can move, what other people move, analyze it if needed. Go see a physiotherapist. They can help you a lot with that. Some massage therapists are very experienced, or other practitioners like that. And then you can actually improve and heal chronic pain. I healed my chronic back pain by doing Tai Chi moves, which is very intentional, intuitive movement, as are some forms of yoga when they're done by a very good practitioners, combined with intentional, intuitive movement all the time. I can't say that often enough. And yes, it is a process. You won't just go home from this video and start doing it 100% of the time. It's impossible. I don't do it either. But as often as humanly possible, especially if you want to focus on losing weight and fat. And as a side effect, you will improve your balance and prevent falls, which is especially important when you get older. Because when we fall, we know that we break bones easier. So to prevent falls is very important. And with intentional, intuitive movement, we can do that. So let's recap that, and I will go deeper in each of these points so you really understand what I mean, and I will teach it in the context and actually with me as and a friend of mine as a guinea pig, so you can see on video how to do it and how not to do it. Again, intentional intuitive movement in the context of losing weight, burning fat, and staying healthy or getting healthy means to move more like a thin person. And that doesn't mean when you're now 150 pounds overweight or 40 pounds or whatever it is, or you have been a couch potato. I don't want you to move like a sports person that has done it all their life. Start little and go slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Then add intention to everyday moves. Really focus on what you want to do and how you want to do it. And feel your muscles while you move. And I can't wait to teach you a little bit of the anatomy. I know I love teaching that. Activate your muscles consistently. And I'll teach you how to do it and why it is important and how you will increase your metabolism by increasing muscle mass. Now, personal trainers in gym know that when they lift weights, you actually increase your muscle mass. No, you don't have to lose weight when you're starting off as a couch potato or beginner. You don't have to go to the gym and lift weights. It can actually be harmful. You can get hurt if you lift too heavy weights in the wrong way before you actually know how to intentionally intuitive move. So really to learn intentional intuitive movement is a prerequisite to exercise in the gym. I can't say that often enough. And then we need to change movement patterns and protect joints and bones, especially if we already have some pain somewhere. Now that's it for today. That was pillar 3, movement of the 4 pillars of lasting brain-driven weight loss. And in the next video, I'll teach you what I mean by support and how to get it. Take care. Bye-bye. Alrighty, let's see. Where am I here? Let me stop the sharing. Okay, I'm back. Hi, folks. I hope you enjoyed that little video about intuitive exercise or movement. I'm really excited about that, and I'm looking forward in teaching that more, because I've noticed with my clients it is so important. They get hurt in the gym. No, don't do it. And many personal trainers are not aware that people that are overweight, that start to exercise, that they can't just exercise like a healthy person, especially if they have health challenges. We have to start very small. I personally hate it when I come from the gym and I have sore muscles for 2 or 3 days afterwards. I don't like it. And I know a personal trainer told me, oh, well, it's just part of it. No, it isn't. You don't have to do it unless your goal is to become a bodybuilder. It's not my goal. I want to stay healthy, fit, get in the best shapes of my life, and have a great life overall. That's my goal. And I don't want to be sore for 2 or 3 days every time I come out of the gym. So there's ways around that. That's what I wanted to say. If you have any questions, let me know. I will, after the live stream, always go back and see if there's any comments or any questions. You can also email me or go on my website, watch the free web class, Google my name. I'm easy to find. Let me know how you feel, what you need, and I'll be happy to teach about it, help you out in any way I can. Bye-bye.